Hey y'all, it's Barry with Regenerative Farm. Thanks for watching. Just got an update on some of what we're doing going into winter. I've showed some of this before, but I wanted to show some of the back side of this just so you all could see a little bit more. So this here's the back side of the of our hoop house. So we got the hoop house, and we got what we refer to as the little red hen house. So here's my suggestion. If you happen to have a hoop house and you have a mobile chicken coop, I'm going to zoom it out just a little bit. Here's my suggestion on this. This has worked out really well so far, and I don't see any reason why we're not going to continue to do it this way. We put the hen house as close to our back opening as possible, and then we just took, it's got chicken wire here, but we used some chicken wire and stuff to block off around it. Let me go around. It's kind of muddy out right now. We've had a lot of rain this last few days, just so much rain. And normally our rain barrels would be here, and I probably need to come up with a better solution for this, because right now, so everything that's being captured with the gutters is coming down. There's no rain barrels for it to go into because I don't want it to get in there and then freeze. So it's just kind of hanging out here. I feel like I need to put some longer, I've got some more of this piping. I might put some longer ones on and run it down so it goes down the hill instead of all collecting right here. So we're still getting our eggs from outside of the hen house, but as you can see, we have butted it up. I mean, I can't even get my fingers in between there. We put it right up beside, and then it allows more airflow, so we get airflow where the chickens can come and get out here during times when maybe the hoop house is warmer. It does stay, I don't know, I'd say on average it's 20-30 degrees warmer, even on a cloudy day. You get a really sunny day, and that thing's probably 40, 50, 60 degrees warmer than it is outside. It really does a pretty good job, even with the opening on the back, even with it being exposed. But we still come out here, we get our eggs from outside, so we're able to get in here. The rolling nest boxes, one thing I think I'm going to do, these are just held, and I'm not going to undo all this right now, but these are just held into this stud right here by a couple screws. I haven't been pleased with the angle. They roll down, but not as efficiently. That's the angle. The chickens lay them here, they roll down. It works sometimes, it doesn't on others. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew where it goes into here, and I'm going to tilt this box just a fraction more to help with those eggs rolling down. Not too much that the chickens get uncomfortable, but when they're sitting in there. But both sides, they're at the same angle, but I feel like I feel like it needs to be a little bit steeper, because a lot of the eggs are not rolling down. Chickens are getting on them, and then they are getting them dirty. They are also continuing to get in these small gaps. I mean, there's only a few inches gaps, and chickens are getting in there. So one of the next projects on my list is to block those off a little more. And the whole purpose of doing that, I've had people ask why we close them up at night. The whole purpose of doing that is to try and keep the eggs cleaner. Essentially, that's all we're doing. Yeah, we're just trying to get it to where we're not having to do a whole lot of cleaning. The eggs stay cleaner, they come out nice, and they roll down. They're out of the chicken's way, and then they don't get so kind of messed up. So that's the premise behind that. But going back to the beginning, if you've got a mobile chicken coop, if you move them around, like we've been moving them on our property in our hay fields now for 3 years, regenerative style, management intensive grazing, not grazing in the sense of like with cattle or sheep or something like that, but you get the point. We're still moving them around. They're still able to drop that manure, that urine all over the property, which is helping our soil. So, which is desperately needed when you're here in the ridges in Kentucky and it's heavy clay, heavy rock, a lot of rock. So the topsoil is not super thick unless you're at the bottom of the hill. We have great topsoil down there, but up here on the hills, not so much. So part of this is in an effort to get improved soil health. But going back to the task at hand, the chicken mobile coop added on to the hoop house is just such a nice addition. I'm glad, I mentioned it before, my father-in-law was the one that thought of this idea. Fantastic idea. It's worked out great. If you've got it, if you have this sort of setup at your own place, I highly recommend you try it, see what you think. I don't think we'll be going back to the old way where the mobile chicken coop goes off to the side for a few months, doesn't get utilized at all. This has just made it so much better. So we're going to continue with that and hopefully just kind of keep adding to it. We do have chickens continuing to come out of the incubator, and when we put them in there, we put them in a large dog crate, let them have some space once they're out of the brooder, and then they go in. But that's my suggestion. If you got a mobile chicken coop, and you happen to have any type of structure, I guess it doesn't have to be a hoop house. It could also be, you know, a different chicken structure or a barn, something like that. But if you have the ability to back it up to it to where they can go in and out, especially if your nest boxes are built into that mobile coop already, that saves you the hassle from having to rebuild or do some additional ones inside your other structure if you do something like this, similar to where we move them in during the colder months. But if you've watched this long, please give me a like, subscribe, comment. Appreciate it. I love the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.